Oi, oi, how we doing? Nice to see ya, ladies and gentlemen. It's beautiful. I've got a half hour, so I thought I'll pop in and see what you lot are up to. Remember, this is like my pub. This is like my communication hub for the country and the world. It's awesome. God bless the internet, eh? God bless the tinternet. So we're going to be chatting about a few bits and bobs, what it's going to be meaning now to go to your boozers. If you like going to the pub, personally, I'm not someone that really does go to the boozer, in fairness, unless it's a special occasion. I'll go if it's a special occasion, but not overly a pub fanatic. Morning, Jacqueline Jones. How are you, darling? You all right? Nice to see you. We've got a bit of golf this afternoon. So I'm looking forward to getting these mother truckers out. And I might even hit the gin bar when I come home. So, yeah, lovely to see you, y'all. Great show last night. I really had immense fun. Trust me, I'm really enjoying the WhatsApp group calls where we call people in. Stuart James last night was amazing, ex-military man, and he's seeing what's going on. Lovely to see you all. Tracy Pearson, hello, sweetheart. I'm Ben Dow. Morning, boyo. Hello, sweetheart. Morning, Lauren Pat. Hello. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Well, you might as well start saying that in this country now, mightn't you? Because you've got to ask to go out, you've got to beg to go to the pub. They're now talking about you've got to book in to go to a boozer. This is the Telegraph today. Politics ending. Now, look, I hate reading from these tabloids because it's like breathing life into the dirty system. Do you know what I mean? I don't enjoy it. I really don't. I'm Ben Dow. Lovely to see you. What part of the country are you in? I'm Ben Dow. I don't know whether we've done this before. Remember, I've got the memory of a goldfish. So, Boris Johnson, pubs and restaurants to reopen on July's Super Saturday. Super Saturday. Can someone tell me in July what July Super Saturday is? Is there something special? Everyone, right, the pubs are opening on Super Saturday, Boris Johnson says. Unbelievable. Biggest return of freedom since March 23. Freedom! Freedom! Watch PM to make statements at 12:30 p.m. Fights against COVID, revealed scars of COVID-19, the old COVID juice, ding, in the old spittoon, could last for life as doctors warn of long-term damage. Do you know what amazes me is this country, we just vibrate in fear. There's always some sort of a nasty going on. If it's someone that's burglaring your house or trying to rape your daughter, or you get in the news that you've got cancer, there's always something nasty going on and fear-based in this country, isn't it? What a fear-based vibration this country lives in. So healthy people who are in their 40s and 50s when the virus attacks are now facing anxiety, chronic fatigue and disability for years. Well, if you don't want to get fatigued and you don't want disabilities, get yourself a bike, a multi-gym, get some weights, and the fatigue and all that disappears, let me tell you, because you keep your body in tip-top condition. Remember, it's only you that can keep your temple in order. Everyone stay home, save lives. The NHS needs it. Whilst they stay at home drinking beer, smoking fags, and eating pizza, you can't make it up. It's a Nigel Farage has been on. He's been talking about the system has now said that the fatalities in Reading at the weekend, the free throat slittings, that seems to be the new rage now in this country. Now, we've always had fads in this country. We've had breakdancing fads. I was a fantastic breakdancer, ladies and gentlemen, back in the 80s. Oh, my God. I used to do the boogaloo. I was right on the case, and I weren't wearing glasses back then. I didn't need them. So we've always had fads in this country. So the new fad now is throat slitting, and all you get from the system is they've got a mental illness. They've got a fucking mental illness. Sure they haven't. Sure they haven't got a mental illness. They wouldn't have a mental illness if they were put up against the fucking wall and shot, though, would they? Or hung in public. personally, I think the individual that done this atrocities at the weekend, someone should have fucking brought up a swift gallows. What we need, ladies and gentlemen, to cure this cancer. Look, if you go to the doctors, right, and he says, "Oh, I'm ever so sorry, Dave, you've got cancer." Oh, fucking hell, doc. Oh, that don't sound good. What's the options? Well, we've got to cut it out. We've got to cut this mother trucker out, right? So you go, well, I'm going to weigh up the pros and cons, doc. I'll get back to you next week. And you think, you know what? I need this cut out. So you're going to have it cut out and you hope and pray that it don't come back. That's what you have to do with all this nonsense. Yeah. Is you have to cut the cancer out. Now, this throat slitting, this destruction, this violence is a cancer. I don't care what you say. The people are like ants. They run around this country. They're doing all sorts of wicked and wonderful things, from raping, pillaging, grooming kids, slitting people's throats. The only way to deal with this is to cut the cancer out. Now, I would love to see someone erect a mobile gallows, one that can fly around the country. It's going to be busy. Let me tell you, it'd be proper busy. And the people in that community come out and say, right, arsewipe, you have you've just slit 3 of our individuals' throats for no particular reason. So rather than say you've got a mental illness, because everyone's got a mental illness, the system would probably consider me to be, because I don't subscribe to their official narrative. Because I don't subscribe to the government's official narrative of how to be, how to conduct myself, how to pay my taxes, how to go through all that bullshit, they probably consider me to be a bit whatever. But I don't give a flying fuck what they think about me. But if you add that gallows flying around this country and someone that's just slit 3 people's throats without any concern of their life, someone that apparently has come over on a boat into this country, swing them. Swing, fucking hell. Let me tell you, all of a sudden, overnight, everyone starts going quiet. The Black Lives Matter all starts going a bit shifty. All these wankers that are slitting people's throats, they start every other day now. You're seeing a video on the net of someone waving a machete around. I'm probably sure that the police are pissed right off with this. I'm probably sure that the police are going, fucking hell, what's the matter? Who the fuck? There's no deterrent, ladies and gentlemen. We all know, right? Growing up as kids, you come out your mother's womb, your dad rocks you in his arms and going, lovely little baby here, look. And they bring you up in their bubble. Because my granddaughter's growing up in the bubble of my daughter and her husband, and they're fantastic parents. So you mould into your parents teach you the ways through life, don't they? And that's how it should be. Well, I don't want my granddaughter growing up and having to worry about whether she's going to go to school and get her throat slit. I don't want that. I want my granddaughter to grow up in a peaceful country. And if that's a gift that I can try and give to her for a decent future, then so be it. That's what we need to do. The time I actually think of just sitting on our hands and doing nothing, I think is going to be firmly over very soon. And I'd imagine that most decent people in the police force, if there is anyone in there that's still any decent, should be questioning, like, why are we doing this? Why are we getting down on a knee? If they've not all sat in their tea rooms having their eggs and bacon and their cup of tea in the morning with their flat feet on, their boots, saying, what the fuck? Why are we all bending over? Why are we taking the knee? Is there no one police force that's questioning what they're getting down their little earpieces? Next week, I can imagine it's going to be, right, so take a knee, yeah, put your left leg in, left leg out, put your right foot in, right foot out, shake it all about, do the okey-dokey, turn around. And I guarantee you, if that come down their earpiece, you'd see okey-dokey. They'd be, they would, because they just, a constable always used to be someone that was, that had his own discretionary powers. That's what they used to call it. So when they knew something was morally wrong, they wouldn't do it. Nowadays, it's take your own life in your own hands. There are 185 billion reasons why no politician should consider a lockdown again. The cost of saving 50,000 lives was dwarfed by the economic hit, according to analysis using NICE spending guidelines. As Boris Johnson turn the keys again in the hesitation opening of the UK economy today. The question he can be expected to be asked repeatedly in the coming weeks and months is, was it fucking worth it? The Prime Minister doesn't necessarily have a reputation for devouring all the briefing papers that comes his way, so it's highly unlikely that he will ever read a fascinating study by the former Bank of England rate setter David Miles, even if it passed across his desk. Personally, I think we need to see a different banking system. This fiat currency banking system is just fucking disgraceful. Stunning day down in St Ives, Cornwall. What a beautiful part of the world, my old fruit. Down there, mate. Alls we's having it proper large. We're having a bit of Rodder's cream there, and we's getting on the jam on top of the scones, and the missus was having the portion, and we was having a nice time, and Denzel got out on his tractor. Yeah, I'm loving that, mate. What a beautiful, beautiful part of the world you living in, mate. I'm not too envious. I had a holiday down Devon and Cornwall a couple of years ago. Oh, mate, let me tell you, the beaches down there. And I went topless. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I did. I went topless. Can you believe it? So, yeah, I mean, Boris Johnson, has he considered the impact on everyone's lives? Now you're not going to be able to go to a pub unless you book in. I can't imagine my local pub in my village doing that, in fairness. But I imagine big pubs like Weatherspoons and that, you're going to have to, if you want to go to the pub, all right, Steve, yeah, how's it going, son? It's 31 degrees, cuz. Do you want to meet at the pub in a minute? Yeah, sounds fantastic. Let me just book in, see if I can get booked in. What do you fucking mean? We're going to listen, don't worry, I'll bring some fucking gym round your house. We'll have a thing. Can you imagine being in a pub, right? And you've got your 1 metre distancing, social distancing, and you've got your mask on, and you're probably on your 5th pint, right? And you've got your mask up. Because I've seen women in their burqas, what they wear. This fascinating video years ago of a woman in a burqa. She's holding out, and she's getting spaghetti bolognese up the inside of it. Lord knows what sort of a mess she was carrying on inside. Now, I'm sorry, I couldn't pick a bride out of 3 ladies that were wearing burqas, because what do you do? Pick them by their eyes? I don't know. So I'm just taking the piss. But, yeah, so you've got to book in. But you're in the pub, you're 5 pints in, and you don't forget that you've got your mask on. All of a sudden, you go, wallop with your beer, and it goes all over your face. You go, oh, your mate goes, oh, you wally, you didn't pull your mask down, did you? You weren't distancing properly. He's now talking about going down to a 1 metre distancing rule. Bearing in mind the common cold, when you sneeze, goes 18 foot. And if it's on the wind, it can go a lot further. Here's another statistic I'll bet you guys never, ever knew. About spiders. I don't know where this come from. I just plucked it out of my head. A spider, right? If a spider decides he wants to go traveling, what he does, he sets up his web and he pulls it back like a catapult, right? And just when he's got enough tension and his little back legs are nearly hanging onto the grass or wherever it is, he's got a bit of concrete, a gust of wind comes and boosh, he's off, and he's on a 45. He's going right the way up, and spiders go up 20, 30,000 feet, and then they go wallop across on the Gulf Stream, and down they come in another country and go, wow, that was fantastic. Fucking enjoyed that, and I bet they can't get their way back. But that's a true story. And another one I bet you didn't know. Do you know the cuckoo? Yeah, cuckoo, cuckoo. Most people say I'm cuckoo, but I don't care. A cuckoo only comes over to this country every year for a few months to find a mate, and then go back to Africa. I just never knew that. Some of these trivia facts that you never ever think about, man. So that little spider you see out there today, or whatever, if you like spiders, don't like spiders, I'm not overly fussed. I know they can bite quite hard nowadays and do a lot of damage. But that spider could have come from anywhere. It could have come from Morocco, Brazil, South America. It could have come from the Washington, D.C. It could have come from the White House. You could have one of President Trump's thingamajiggies. Do you still have those sovereign decrees? I do, darling. I do. Yes, I do. Somebody stopped me, UK. I do. I carry it around in my wallet, a copy of it all the time. And if anyone in the system wants to stop me and wants identification, they get that and they go, oh, the system breaks. The Webster report, the pathogens can't travel that far. Look, this coronavirus, was it worth it? COVID juice. I'm not suggesting people ain't dying. There are a lot of people dying, but I would suggest that maybe people check their tap water and what they're spraying in the skies. We're in a psychological war. We are kind of in the Third World War. If you're honest enough to be honest with yourself, we are kind of in the Third World War, really, with all the throat slitting, all the COVID juices, with all the kids being raped and women being raped without getting proper justice. The way the system is, the way the police beat us all up now, the decline, the kids now with the BLM dragging statues down. I mean, come on, people, just put the dots together. Do you remember years ago you used to go and get them books, didn't you? If you're going on your holidays or somewhere like that, saying I get fucking bored on that plane, I want a book, like a word puzzle or something. But there was one you did dot to dot and you made all these pictures. So now's the time for you to get your little picture book out and do your dot to dots and see the big picture, because we're certainly in it. You can't go out your house. You can't go down the pub unless you're booking. They've got split screens. These people, no cash. Oh, no, we're not handling cash no more. Well, why not? I'm handling your pints of beer. Fuck knows where that's come from. How many people have been in that chain? I watched a documentary the other week on Watney's. Watney's was a brewery in London. I think there's one of the oldest breweries still left in London now, is over the other side, as we call it in Kent Bandit country, because I'm South East London, and I think it's Fuller's. I think Fuller's is probably one of the oldest breweries that's still in business at the minute. But Watney's was on the other side of the river, and they shut Watney's down because it was a shithole, right? Disease, boiled, there was stuff going on in Watney's and rats and Christ, the hygiene was disgusting. But we all like to pint of Watney's, yeah? Watney's, we did. We just love Watney's beer. So, you know, I don't know. We're just too clean a country now. We catch a cold, we take an antibiotic, we don't let it run its course. When I was a kid, you let things run its course. You kept your eye on doobies like viruses and stuff, but you just took good stuff. You fasted. My mum, whenever I weren't well, and not only that, I couldn't eat because the body goes. The reason why the body goes into this thing like no food, don't want no food, is because it's fasted. It's because it's repairing itself. Okay, that's why you can't stomach food when you've got a bug in your stomach, because otherwise you're just putting fuel on a fire. Sometimes you want that fire to go out. So that's what we have to do. And that's the body's way. Fasting is a fantastic way of healing the body. In the area of Mansfield Brewery, look up Green King pubs on YT. So yeah, the point is this. They're in the pub saying we can't handle cash. They've got split screens. They're handling the packets of crisps, the beers. But where's that beer come from? And what's the process? If it had come from Watney's years ago, it was dirty and it was a rancid fucking brewery. They used to roll the barrels down these metal things in the middle of the brewery, and there'd be pigeon shit and also all everywhere. We had guys in the foundries just making the barrels and repairing the barrels. That was a full-time job. The carpenters that kept them barrels going and kept them turning over thousands a day were amazing. They had some proper skills. But those are the times we lived in, and we all seem to get through it. We used to love getting immersed in a bit of dirt, but we never really took too much notice of it. Now, get the kid away. Don't let him fucking play in that dirt pile. What? It's the best thing that could ever happen to that child. Let that child play around in the dirt, let me tell you, because you're building your immune system. Absolutely building your immune system. Years ago, I was at a barbecue, years and years ago. One of my friends in the cul-de-sac I was living at a barbecue, and basically all the cul-de-sac went. It was so funny. But I'll never forget hearing this little kid. I'm in the garage with my mate Graham, and I could hear this kid saying, "I love you. I really do. I love you so much." And I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? I thought Jimmy Savile was round the corner. So we popped my heads out, and there's this little toddler, about 2 or 3 year old girl. She's got a slug and she's kissing it. And I'm like, oh my Lord, someone get her mother. Yeah, but that's the things we used to do. I growing up in Venture Playgrounds, yeah, Ginganguli and all that, coming down rope slides, yeah, 40, 50 foot rope slides with 2 handles, come down on a rope pole with a pulley and a roller, and you just used to get on it and go, voila. Now, let me tell you, we were 40, 50 foot up, yeah? Well, maybe not 40, 50, that might be a little bit exaggerated. I've always exaggerated about my willy size as well. Maybe 25, 30 foot, right? If you didn't hold on, you come off, you knew about it. We had ones we used to swing about in tyres, like lorry tyres. Wow, I tell you, but that was a childhood. And that made me who I am today. I grew up on a council estate in adventure playgrounds playing knockdown ginger and all sorts of other urban things. And I got up every morning and I laughed until I went to bed. And then I couldn't wait to get up in the morning and go out and do it all again. It was one of them, no, I don't want to go to bed, Mum. No, come on. And you get up in the morning, you go, way, you're back out on it. It was just fantastic. Now, before I disappear, because I'm only going to do half hour this morning, so I've got stuff to do. I'm in a group on WhatsApp, and a few of it's a great, fantastic group. And they're like, so I don't like being at work. Listen, let me tell you something, right? We want to try and change this world, and we want to try and change it for the better. So if you're going to work, think of it as this. You can go and do whatever it is you're doing now, whether you're cleaning toilets, whether you're working in the brewery, if you're a plumber, carpenter, and a nurse in the NHS, whatever it is you want to do. If you truly want to see a different world and you want to change the world, do what I do. Don't think of it as a chore. Just think of it as part of your life experience and that you're getting paid to administer greatness. So when you go to work and you're surrounded by people that are autonomatrons, because that's what most people are now in these human resources departments, get in there and spark them up. Get in there, you're getting paid for it, but get in there and say, right, who wants a sweet? Anyone want a sweet? I'm going down a chip shop. Anyone want a bag of chips? Do you know, go and say, hi, Stevie, I ain't seen you since yesterday. Are you a little bit more handsome than yesterday? Are you? Mate, I'm telling you, people are going, oh, that Witcher, he's full of it today. Gets home, Witcher told me I was handsome today, a bit more handsome than yesterday. The point I'm trying to make is you'll touch people. You will grab them in their heart, and that's what they're missing. The reason why they're also like acting like fucktards and robots nowadays is because no one's flicking on their emotions. No one's sparking them up. I spark you up, you spark me up. That's the way this works. It's two-way street, all right? So if you're going to work, don't get the ump about it. You're getting paid first and foremost. Secondly, go and use it as a time to change people's outlooks on you and the world and make this world a better place. If you go to work and you spark people up and you go, oh, you're so lovely today. Thanks for what you did for me yesterday. You've got no idea how much that helped me. Can I do anything for you? Do you want me to go and make you a coffee? If you start offering yourself, because service to self is service to others is service to self. Not only will you feel better, you'll make others feel better in the workplace, and you're going to raise that vibration, and they are going to want what it is that you possess. Does that make sense? Life's a game to play the hell out. It's that what I do. Absolutely right, Hannah Oswald. Lovely to see you, darling. Absolutely lovely to see you. So just, you're not going to do it every day. And don't go in there and like start slobbering over them just don't slobber all over them and drool them. Just be polite to people and just say, you're looking awesome today. You look so good. Mate, what have you done, man? Yeah? You go to work and you got some bird sat at a desk, got her earphones on, I'm selling insurance. And you go, wow. She goes, yeah, what's up? Oh, man, you look amazing today. Let me tell you, I don't know what mate, you look just watch her. Go and sit at your desk. Watch her 10 minutes later come up and say, you want a cup of tea? You touch people. The reason why all this bad stuff's going on is because people can't rise themselves out of this vibration, right? But if you, like I do, when I go to work, and I do very well from it because of the energy that I bring to that environment. Because I'm good at my job, it didn't matter if I'm bringing the right energy and making people laugh, Bob's your uncle. You're winning. I don't care what it is. If you're in the police, if you're in the council, they're mostly all autonomatrons. They don't even, but just go in there and spark people up. The courts, if you go into the courts, no one smiles, no one laughs. The judges, you've got to take this serious. Why? It's a farce. This is just a business centre. This is just a call centre for business. But when you go and you touch people and you radiate and you illuminate on them, let me tell you, I've got a friend of mine, right? He's got a painting and decorating company. He can normally have 6 to 8 people working for him all on the paintbrush all day and rubbing down and doing all that stuff. And some of the pictures he sends me of the lads that are wearing masks, that once they've been in a place and they've rubbed the frame down or rubbed the wall down, they take their masks off and they've got all dust up here, all dust around here. So if you think one of these masks is going to fucking help you stop getting a virus in, remember dust particles are much bigger than a virus. You think you got another thing coming, right? But he's gone through the mill lately. He got divorced, split from his missus last year. He's got 4 kids. I think he's got 4 kids. How rude of me. I should know. But yeah, 3 or 4. Anyway, my brain's gone. But the point is this. We golf together. He's never down. He's always a giggle. He's always upbeat. It don't matter what he's got going in his life. If he ain't got no money, he ain't got no money. He goes to work. He makes a bit of cash. But he's always got this greatness about him. And I said to him last year, I said, and he's living with a friend of mine. And his missus is living in the house that they had together. And so are the kids. And I'm like, how do you keep? He said, you've got to every day be involved in greatness. Because otherwise you're missing out on life. If you don't get up every morning and think, I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do that today, I'm going to get out there and generally be great, my word, let me tell you, you're missing out on the greatest gift that was ever given to you. My God, you go to court happy and irradiating light and love and watch the judge run like vampires afraid of sun. Yeah, they are actually. The courts do operate in a little bit of darkness, don't they? But that's going to change. That's coming. They know it's coming as well, ladies and gentlemen. The court system and the police in this country know that time is changing, and that we're not tolerating this no more, and that we know how their game works. We've clearly deciphered with a modern day Enigma machine. Because what the Enigma machine did was the Germans used to use a code, and it was Babel to the British and the Allies. They couldn't figure it out. But then someone and a group of people had to tap into the codes and figure out the codes to find out what was going on. And when they did, it changed the war. The people at Bletchley changed the war. Okay, they stopped all the U-boats. They could track the U-boats. They knew where the U-boats were. They destroyed most of the U-boats. How? Because of the code that Bletchley cracked. Now, the point is this. They didn't understand the code. They had to go in and learn the code. They had to understand the code and figure it out. That's exactly what we have to do with this situation that we find ourselves living in. We have to be the people of Bletchley, and we have been very clever in deciphering how the system works, how it gets its control over us. Trust me. We are the people of Bletchley. Yeah, does that make sense? I hope it does. So once you understand the nature of the beast and how their system works and what it is that they own and what you own and what you are in this world and what they are in this world, you can then you have to decipher. You do have to decipher what goes on. You really do. Anne-Marie Sarsfield, hello, darling. Anne-Marie, if you're thinking of going to the pub in the next few days when they open up, you've got to book in now. You've got to book in. Got to book your slot in the pub. Yeah, very dangerous times. Got the WhatsApp link, Dave. Trevor, good. Yeah, I can add you to it, Trev. That's no problem. Hiya, Dave. Maureen Seal. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you, darling. Thanks for tuning in as always. Yeah. Hello, all guardians of this great planet. Yeah, Trudy. Yes, babe. Yeah, we are. We are guardians and custodians of God's planet. We are. We really, really are. Don't drink anymore, Dave. Well, come and have an orange juice or a white wine spritz. That sound like that. Actually, no, white wine spritz has got white wine in it. Yeah, I don't drink much. I might have a little gin every now and again, but beer for me is it ramps up the old boys with estrogen, which is a female hormone, which is lovely in females, but not so good in geezers because it gives you man boobs and it gives you a big belly. So I'm at the moment in the process of working hard, working out hard. I'm about 3 months into my working out in my gym. I'm in here 5 times, 6 times a week. I'm eating good lean proteins and complex carbohydrates and good trace minerals and supplements. And I tell you what, I'm feeling damn good. So, but the point is, before I disappear, you've got all these people worried, sat in their cocoons at home. Stay at home, save lives, or stay at home, slave lives. But yet they're all at home smoking, drinking, eating pizzas, chips, fast foods, burgers, big saturated fats, mono. So you can't wonder why they're ill. The best thing to beat a virus, right? COVID-19, the best thing to beat this virus is good food, good water, good hydration, good minerals, good sunlight, good exercise. Why? Because you're building your immunity. It's not rocket science, is it? It is not rocket science. Staying indoors will kill more people with COVID-19 than being out. If Boris Johnson said, righto, there's this killer disease flying around, it's a bit tasty, what we're going to do is we suggest to you that you join a gym, that you start boosting your super immune system, that you get all these trace minerals and elements in your body to keep you safe so the virus really ain't going to come and bother you for too much, right? But no, he's locked everybody up. Everyone's overindulging on burgers, fries, chips, ice creams, all the shit. Stay at home, save lives. Yeah, you're saving lives, all right. Peeps, you've got to get control of this. Once you get control of this, you can change your life. Let me tell you, I have in the last 3.5 months. I'm seeing some massive gains in myself, my energy, my well-being, my life in general is, I'm stronger, I'm fitter, and I'm coming up for 53 soon. And I guarantee you this time next year, I'm going to be super ripped. And you should see the changes in me as well. You should start seeing all this come out and knees getting bigger, because I am at a point now. Look, if you don't look after your body, you're going to lose it. And it's the only one gift really that you come into this world with. So try your best to look after it. Keep it fit, nourish it well. Your plants out in your garden, if you don't water them, they die. If you don't give them the correct nutrition, they die. If you treat them bad, they die, don't they? It's true, isn't it? Your body's no different. You've got to keep nutritionally topping your body up all the time. And when you do, you need to boost your immunity. And once your immune system's boosted and fired and you've got your metabolism rising and you're drinking good stuff and you're putting all the right things into your machine, you're going to see super differences. You really, really are. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go and sort myself out. I've got golf this afternoon, so I'm going to go and have a shower and stuff. I've just had a nice workout. I thought I'd pop in here this morning and see you because I might not get a chance later tonight because I'm not sure what time I'm going to be home. My missus will be around in any case, but that don't mean nothing to you because you won't be seeing her. Have blessed days, Assumption Howard. Nice to see you, darling. I shall be back on my live streams with my Be Live TV and my StreamYard very, very soon. Home cooked food as natural as vitamins. Yeah, absolutely right, True. You want good complex carbohydrates, good proteins. You need good minerals. You need all your fruit and veggies. You need good clean water. Look, if I was a government and I'd turned a bit Dick Dastardly and I didn't want to kill you all with guns and bullets and I actually start using my brain and do things a different way. And that's what the Third World War was all about. It was like a war that no one had ever seen before. And it was a war that no one would even know that they was in. If I was a government and I wanted to harm you all, what would I do? First of all, I would spray the skies with chemtrails, aluminiums, bariums and strengthiums. I would use electronic waves, 5G and 4Gs and all these other electronic devices to cause problems within your body and affect your blood cells. And I would also stick it in your tap water. Then I would place it in your vaccines. Makes sense? Yeah? We are the Bletchley people. We've figured this out. Makes sense? I hope it does to you. So there's so many elements. Connect the dots. Do your own little chart. Chemtrails. Go around. Get your little pens out. Chemtrails, vaccines, water. What else did I say? Here, food. We can put it in the food. So we've got chemtrails. Let's just write this down. Let me see. Let me just write down how many things, if I was government, I could harm you with. Food. Let me write this down and we'll talk about them. And you can add some as well in the comments if you like. 5, 5G. Right, so here's 5 elements here. If I wanted to affect you without you even knowing about it, if I was a Dick Dastardly government, how would I harm you? I would harm you through chemtrails. I would harm you through your water supply. I would harm you through your foods that you're generally eating. And I would harm you through your vaccines. And I would harm you through 5G technology. Don't take a lot of working out, does it? So clean them areas up in your life. Chemtrails, if you take good vitamin C's, D's, all the other bits and bobs, chemtrails really don't have a much of an effect on your water. Don't drink tap water. Food, switch up your game with food. Eat as much living food as you can. Vaccines, don't have no more vaccines unless you wish it. And be careful around 5G. Simple, yeah? It's a bit like this track and trace app the other day. The government have spent millions and millions of quid on track and trace to catch the COVID fuckers. And what's the easiest solution for that? Well, you've got a few choices. When they text you and say stay at home and isolate, you can text them back and tell them to fuck off, which I would do. Or you can leave your phone at home, or just get yourself a little cheap Nokia 8310 in these times. And just use that. You can get them for a tenner online. So cheap. And you can't use track and trace on an old Nokia 8310. And the beauty of an 8310 is the batteries last for about a bloody week. Unbelievable. So, peeps, they're the 5 areas that you can switch up and change. Your chemtrails, your water, your food, your vaccines, and your 5G. If you get a grip of them little 5 elements just there, and there are more, let me tell you, and get idiots to wear masks. That's mark of the beast. It's all about mark. It's all about submission. This system is all about submission. The government is all about you submitting to its will, you doing what you're fucking told. Well, guess what, Boris Johnson, and to all you idiots up in government, you work for us. We're the sovereign people. You do what we say. We certainly don't do what you say. So anyway, I love you all. I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks for tuning in this morning. It is the 23rd of June. 2020, the year of double vision, clarity. And I guess I will see you all very, very, very soon. Take care.